Happy Monday, everybody. I am on my way now to another place. I just finished up at the local thrift store. I'm gonna go ahead and stop up here in a second and show you what I got. It wasn't much going on there today. Of course, coming out of the weekend, there's hardly anything going on at the Goodwill thrift stores with all the shopping a lot of people do, since a lot of people here are off on weekends. The weather was good too this past weekend. I did manage to get out and get some more footage. I'll probably add that to this week's video, but let me go ahead and stop up here and show you what I got real fast. So I did pick up the two items that I picked up, or I should say are, this My Weirder School 12 book box set. So this was basically $3, and then I got the second one, which is My Weird School Days 12 book box set. One is weird and one is weirder box set. But I was looking at these on, I was comping them on eBay, and they go for like, I think it was like 15 to 20 bucks. One just sold recently for 25 in the box, so maybe, like I said, I can make 10 or 15 bucks off of them, what with fees and everything. $10 would be great. But that's it for today. We'll see you next time. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I just dropped off some packages. I'm heading to the thrift store. I do want to say this part of Florida is usually hot to cold. There's no in between. There's no four seasons. But today it's 68 degrees out and it feels super nice. But with that being said, I wish I could spend more time outside, but I've got some thrifting to do. So we're gonna head into this place and see what we can get into. But before that, I do want to say that the sales have picked up a lot. I know sales were down for a lot of people, but mine have picked up a lot. I sold maybe like 8 or 9 items in the past day or two, so seems like eBay's back in track, or back on track, I should say, for me, that is. But let's see if we can keep it going this week. But let's head on into this place and see what we can get into. All right, I'm all finished up at the thrift store. I did find 2 things today. One of them I might actually keep for myself. I'll show you in a second. But the first thing I did find was this Fraggle Rock with the Muppets. It's volume 3, and it's actually still sealed. So I was doing comps on that, and the comps on that were 10 to 15 bucks. I only paid 99 cents for it. So even if I make with free shipping, $8 to $10, that's $8 to $10. But the second thing I did get was this Baltimore Ravens jacket. So it is an extra large, which it would fit me. So the question lies in, when will I keep it or will I sell it? Because I didn't look at any comps on it, and I have a ton of Raven stuff now, so I mean, it wouldn't hurt to sell it, but it wouldn't hurt to keep it either. But that's it for today's episode, and we'll see you tomorrow. Well, it's another crazy nice day here. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm on my way now to this thrift store up the street. It's one that I've gone to maybe once or twice a week, but I haven't been there in a couple weeks. It's one of these stores that I try not to go to too often because it's the same stuff over and over and over again. But every once in a while you'll find a gem in there. I think this is the place that I found those 2 hard drives still in the box I sold for 40 bucks. I think I paid 5 bucks for both of them. And I just kind of stay away from there a couple weeks at a time because I know nothing's really going on. I've been over there probably 3 or 4 years in a row, and it's always the same type of pattern. I don't know if it's because they don't get as much flow as the Goodwill stores or the other thrift stores, or if it's just the fact that you know, they're late on putting stuff out. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna head over there, check that out, and then I'm probably going to head to the local Goodwill after that. We'll take a look in there too and see what we can find. So let's get into this. Okay, I finished up at the thrift stores, and at one of them I found a neat item, but I didn't pick it up. It was a vintage Rainbow Bright record player, which I thought was pretty cool, but as soon as I opened it, the two back pieces that hold the bottom to the top were both broke. So I didn't think I was going to get much out of that at all. I even comped it, and I figured in a great condition it would have got 20 bucks, and they were asking $7.99 for it, so I was like, nah. But it was still cool seeing an old 80s vintage Rainbow Bright toy. And at the other thrift stop, or shop I should say, I picked up this huge Renaissance chest thing. And the thing about this, let's see if I can pull this down here, is that's actual size. They were all pretty big. Everything was there. It's from 1970, and I only paid $2 for it. And I comp prices. There's a bunch of different chess, was it Renaissance chessmen, created by this E.S. Lowe company from the 1950s on up. And they were comping anywhere from, I believe, $15 to $50. So I would think this one probably be somewhere in the middle. So I'm gonna try to put 30 on it and see if I can get that, and then I'll do a best offer. Even if I get 20, 15 off of it, it's not bad. But I'm definitely gonna add shipping to it. It's not gonna be free shipping, because look at the size of this thing. This thing is huge. I already hate sending out board games just because they're kind of a pain in the butt. I buy the priority mailers that are just specifically made. I can't even talk today. Anyway, specifically made for those. And you know, that's like $15 right there. But I did find a couple of boxes that I cut up into like Frankenstein boxes, and I use those for certain board games that are a little bit bigger than normal board games. This thing is huge though, so I'm definitely going to have to Frankenstein up a box to put this darn thing in, and we'll see what we can do with that if it sells. Should be interesting. I'll probably just do a video of me putting that box together to put this thing in. Anyway, that's all for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy Thursday, everybody. I just finished up at the post office. I do get some people ask me questions like, if you can do postal pickup and have your packages sent out that way from at home, why don't you just do that and save a little bit of money? You know, I do that from time to time. It's been a long time since I've done that though. I actually like physically taking my packages to the post office, just for the simple fact of, hey, I've been doing it for a year and a half, so I know everybody there. I see them 5 to 6 days a week, and the interaction between me and them, you know, we joke and cut up a little bit and everything. So I know my packages are going to be taken care of. Doing it from home, yes, they'll probably be taken care of, but I just have that sense if I take the packages there, I know I'm physically handing it to them and they're getting taken care of. Now from there on, I don't know what happens, but I know from me to them and them to when they put them in the bins to be sorted, that they're being taken care of. So that's one of the things I really like to do, and to get out of the house too, because with this corona, the whole thing shutting everything down and then slowly getting back to where we are now, it's nice to actually get out every day and spend a little time outside doing other things besides grinding and family life. With that being said, I'm heading to the local thrift store. I've got a little bit of time, so I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna take my time today. I'm not really gonna rush myself. I'll look around and see if I can look at some of the stuff that I kind of bypass, like some of the sporting goods. I'll just zoom through there because I know what to look for. But yesterday I saw a Nike 6-pound exercise ball, and my phone died and I didn't get a chance to comp it, so I might go in there and see if it's still there and have a look at that. But so that's what we're doing today, so let's go ahead and get into that. So I'm finished up at the thrift store. I did find 3 interesting things today. The first thing I did find was, it's a company named Jolagoff. I believe it's vintage, but it's a war shirt, and that's a size large. And they were actually putting it out when I was getting ready to leave. I didn't see any other type of shirt in there, and I seen her bring a rack out, and then there was a couple shirts on there, and I looked through them and I found these two. There was actually a Disney World shirt from Great Britain, and it had Goofy as 3 separate soldiers. I was gonna pick it up, but it was really faded, so I didn't think it would be worth that much. But here's the other shirt I got, which is interesting. It's called Hot Ink, and that's some kind of tracked vehicle, but I didn't see anything on this comps wise. I did see not the other shirt, not exactly the same shirt, but the same company. Prices are, you know, $5 to $15, but nothing for either one of these shirts, which could be good, it could be bad. I'm gonna put them on probably like 15 each and see what I get. I might go a little bit higher on eBay, but the other cross-platform companies, I'll probably put them for like 15 bucks. But the last thing I got, which was kind of funny, because the lady said, please, if you bring it back, if you don't like it, bring it back, because she was excited that they actually had it in there for sale. But it was these from Dragon Ball Z, the crystal balls, and this was actually $2.99. So let me open it real fast and show you. But so that's what it looks like. It's got all the DBZ balls in there, and it's actually in pretty good condition. Comps on this new were $20, so hopefully $2.99. I probably could make, I don't know, I might list it for like 15. So let's say maybe I'll make 10 off of it, which isn't bad at all. We'll see, what, maybe a little bit more. So stay tuned in the future show. Hopefully it'll sell. I've seen a lot of them on there that sold. They sold, you know, within the last like week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So they are selling. But if not, then maybe I'll keep it. Who knows? I do like Dragon Ball Z. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. We'll see you later. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm at the local thrift store that I go to every day. I'm gonna go in here and see what I can get into, and then I'm gonna try to hit another thrift store before I have to go take care of some other business. Let's see what we can get into. So I finished up over at the thrift store, the very first thrift store I went to. There was nothing there. I went to the second thrift store. I'm kind of glad I did, because I found 2 pair of men's True Religion jeans. One was size 29, the other size 30. This one was the size 29, I believe. No, this one's 30. As you can see where it says True Religion. I always comp True Religion jeans because they can go for pretty decent money. Here we go. Here's the other pair right here. And of course, it only came to $6 for both of these. So I should make some pretty decent money off of them. I'm probably going to put them on eBay for probably $19.99, maybe $20 each. I've seen some of the comps were a little bit higher. I'll take a look at them when I get home tonight and see, maybe I can raise it a little bit, or maybe I'll put it on Mercari for a little bit more and just kind of balance it out and see if I can make a little extra. But that's the only thing I found today. Tomorrow we're probably going to do some yard sales, maybe thrifting, I'm not sure, but we'll get into that tomorrow. See you next time. Happy Saturday, everybody. It's been a crazy day of yard selling and thrifting. Let me show you some of the stuff I did pick up. I also have my daughter LPS Goober in here with me. This, it looks like carnival glass, and it's I think it's like a grape pattern. I comped this after I bought it. I only paid $2 for it, but anyway, I comped it and it was like $25. It does have a little nick in it, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I can make, I don't know, $10 off of it. So I'm not really big into these type of antiques. Every once in a while I'll pick some stuff up if it's real cheap and then flip it. Sorry, but I try to do what I can with those things, do a little research on those, but that's not really my particular field, even though I'm trying to branch out into them. But I did pick up this Linksys AC 1200 Plus for $5. This was going for like $30 out of box on eBay, and it's got everything in there, so I should be able to make maybe 15 bucks off of it. And another thing I picked up was this Beverly Hillbillies this Beverly Hillbillies puzzle. He wanted a quarter for it. I asked him if everything was in there, and he said yes. And what I did was, once I got in the car, opened it up. It's in bad shape, the box itself is, and some of the puzzle pieces are in bad shape, so I might be able to sell this for 5 to 10 bucks at the most. I'm not looking for much out of it, but I thought it was kind of cool. And he also had another poster. There I go saying poster again. He also had another puzzle for a quarter, and I looked inside, and these pieces are actually in pretty good shape. The next thing I did pick up was, and these were actually at the thrift store. I did pick these up, and they were 2 for $1. And they're brand new. They still have the tags on them and everything. The tags say $18 each. So I picked those up. There's no spots or anything bad on those, which is good. This has a tiny spot on it, but this was only 49 cents too. So hopefully I can make maybe 10, 15 bucks off each one of these. We'll see. I also picked up a bag I haven't opened yet of some old, I don't know if they're old, they look old, some ghosts, a couple ghosts, and there's a couple other things in there, a little bit of craft things, but Halloween time is my time, so I love anything that's kind of Halloween, scary, blah, 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 but I grabbed those. They're kind of hard too, they're not like soft, so we'll open them up when I get home. And I also picked up, the last thing I picked up was this Wilson Braves jacket, Atlanta Braves jacket. Now, I wasn't going to pick it up because it was 20 bucks and it did have some stains on the back. But when I comped the prices, they were $125, $150 for that thing. So even if I sell it for 50, 75 bucks, I'm still going to make some good money off of it. I'm going to note on there that there are some stains on the back. I took some pictures out in the sun just so I would have them when I list it later. That way they can see what it looks like in the sunlight. But the front is pretty vibrant. The colors pop, you know, the shoulder part, the red and white looks really good too. So a lot of jackets I see the stains around the arm, the wrist and all, but this one's actually really good. But that's it for this Saturday. I had fun this week doing this stuff. Today was really fun. It was probably like 7 or 8 hours of having a good time, going out and doing some stuff I haven't done in a while on the weekends, and just seeing what's out there that people have for sale. There's a couple things I turned down. There's a couple things that look really good, but they were too darn expensive. They had like a 6 foot, maybe it was 5 foot M&M display, a yellow M&M display. And I asked them, it was like 150 bucks. I was like, nah, pass on that, especially trying to ship that thing out. But anyway, that's it for today. We'll see you. This week I want to go over some items that sold on eBay. The first item up was a Godzilla vs. Gigan Region 2 official Touhou DVD. I've had this for a long time, and I remember purchasing it for probably $15 years ago, and I ended up selling it for $30. Next up is a Spiderman 67 collection DVD set. It was almost in near mint condition. I ended up selling it for $80. This next item I made a pretty good profit on. I had purchased this book for $2 at a Goodwill and ended up taking a best offer of $32. So overall it was pretty decent. The book itself was actually pretty neat. It was full of all kinds of artwork for spaceships. I had this Masters of Horror Season 2 Skull box set listed for some time, and someone had ended up offering me $85 and I took it. It was brand new, it's sealed. I think I paid maybe 30 bucks for it back in the day. I can't remember, but I know I sold it for probably about a $45, $50 profit. This was part of a Playmobil set that I had picked up at a local thrift shop for $15. I lotted these out for $13 and they ended up selling. I'm going to be listing a lot more in the next couple weeks. I have a lot more animals and some people to go with the sets, and I might try to sell the sets. They're not complete, but I might try to sell the pieces to the sets lotted together for $15 or $20. So anytime I can find any Playmobil characters or animals, I try to lot them together and make some decent money off of them. This was one of those double box sets I had picked up for $3 each recently. I ended up selling it for $30. I had them listed for a little bit of time, and it didn't take long to sell them. This was that Levi's vintage denim jean jacket that I had picked up recently for $9.99. I listed it, and within, I believe, a day or two, someone had offered me $50 for it. There was another person who was interested, but they were trying to lowball, so I went ahead and took $50. I could have probably waited on it, maybe got a little bit more, but I always try to put stuff out there that I can get a fast turnaround on, and then on to the next. So this was a Dungeons & Dragons Endless Quest series of books that I had mentioned a while back. I had a lot of these 7 books up and ended up selling it for $40. I still have a few more books. I might sell them individually, but like I said before, anything Dungeons & Dragons usually sells pretty good, so keep an eye out for it. This was that Serial Experiments Lane DVD box set I had purchased for $5.99 at Goodwill. I sold it for $23, and I made probably about $15 profit off of it. And last but not least, this Sylvester Extra Large Lot 29 shirt. I picked this up for $2.99 at Goodwill and ended up selling for $25. With fees and everything, it probably came to about $19 or $20 profit. So the last thing I wanted to talk about this week was actually 2 things. The first thing is a reminder, don't ever go into the store with the wrong mask on. I went into the store the other day and I forgot to add it to my video with my wife's mask on, which had flowers on it. So people were probably looking at me kind of funny. But anyway, we made it through. The second thing I want to talk about is there's no bolo this week, probably because the video went a little bit longer than I anticipated. I'll probably have the bolo back next week and maybe a little bit longer. I'll just try to integrate everything together, make a little bit longer video. But I think my favorite thing I did find this week was probably those True Religion jeans. I found them before, but not in that thrift store. I've always gone past those jeans in that thrift store probably 100 times not looking at them, because every time I've done or have looked at those jeans, it wasn't anything good. But it was a nice surprise to see those in there. But that's it for this week. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.